Hello, everybody. It's Flesson19, and welcome to the Domination campaign. And unfortunately, what happened during my live stream happened during this episode at one of the worst possible times, and my microphone did not get recorded. So I am narrating this episode after the fact. So I'm going to try to do my best to explain because this is actually how I train my noble son to be a mercenary. It's one of the most difficult things to do because it requires the money, the war horses. I have no passive income. You need to have enough money. So I'm making sure that I could cover any problems that I might have with gear I could sell. And now this is what I'm going to do. I am just going to go from village to village, collecting up all the noble lines that I possibly can. I got the knowing. I had him from the last episode. So we're just going to go from town to town is all we're going to end up doing. And we're just going to take every noble son that we can take. And we're going to slowly get rid of our troops as we're getting them. You want to make sure that you're maintaining a full party for maximum steward experience. So you don't get rid of any troops you got until you get over your maximum. Then you could start getting rid of them because steward is very important. I already know what troops I want to get. So that is what I'm doing right now. I'm taking all those, just the noble sons, because we're going to turn them into Consguard. So I already have a good idea of what I'm looking for. And that's all we're really going to do is just go from town to town. Now, I do run close to this guy, and I did have a little small inkling of wanting to go after him. I was hesitant, but once I saw how many cavalry he had, I decided, no, I don't think we're going to. Because the first two tiers of Noble Son to Consguard are wimps. The third one is okay, the fourth is good, and the fifth is OP. So all I had were a few tier, what you call 2 and 3s, because Noble lines are one tier higher than regular troops. So it's the first and the second tier of them. I don't think I would have done well. So I just said, forget it. I'm going to bypass it. I'm not going to take the risk because, as I said in this campaign, I want to be as efficient as possible. So while I'm going to collect these troops up, I'm gaining influence off my merc contract. So if I could find any quests to do, or if I felt like doing a tournament or bandit bases, I would do those along the way. Or if I found any people that I could easily take out, I would go ahead and do that. My income started was going to be about 67,000. I think when we get down near the bottom and I have all of my troops, I think I'm going to be down to somewhere around 52,000. And you see, I'm still doing tools quests because you make really good money off of it. You're only giving them 2 or 3 tools, which is like, I don't know, it's like 150, and you're getting enough items to sell that can be anywhere between 500 and 1,000. So I'm continuing to do that. Now that I've gone over my limit, now is when I'm going to start getting rid of troops. So we'll get rid of all those troops, and I want to try to remain full the whole time. I still have some prisoners on me, so I do need to look for a quest, and there is a manual laborers quest, which is going to seriously help me out. Now, I do know what the problem is with my microphone. It's just an audio track issue is all it is. It didn't record the second track. I just need to talk to somebody about working that out because I do want to be able to separate audio tracks. So this isn't a recurring issue. It's not going to be. Everything works perfect now. It's just I want to be able to separate the audio of the game from my audio for specific reasons, like in battles if I don't want to hear myself talking, but I want you to hear the action sped up. So it's something I'm looking at doing, and I experimented with it. and I made a mistake with it, and I made another mistake with it. So I just reverted back. So this entire episode was 48 minutes long. So you can see I got it cut down to just under 20 minutes with a narration. And I'm showing most of what I'm doing right now going through this. But we are going to start getting to some of the edited portions of it. Here I'm going off and selling my stuff that I currently have right now that I got from the Need Tools quest. And I'm making sure I have enough food. Make sure you have that food variety and don't pick up just 10, 15, 20. Make sure you got like 50 of each so you don't run out. People just sleep so much on Steward, and it's really my biggest pet peeve. When I see people not being efficient leveling it, I just think to myself, why? Because it's free XP. I mean, the higher you go, you're going to get more troops, and you're going to be able to get Price of Loyalty faster. And it's also, even if you're hard capped, it's XP towards your character level. So why would you throw away free XP towards your character level for no good reason? It makes absolutely no sense.
Peace to you.
So we'll do another Art of the Trade, continue doing it, because it always pays more money. Keep grabbing all the Noble Sun that we can get, and slowly filter out all the other ones. And we're just slowly working our way down until we get to the bottom, in which then we could start heading over to go do some more work. But I will end up leaving the Kaoses here sometime soon, just because I do make a mistake. There's going to be some editing out of gear, because when you go from all these guys on infantry to running a full Khans Guard group, you need to make sure they all have horses, saddles, armor, bows. So there's probably about 10 minutes of equipping being cut out. And I do end up making one big mistake where I did get most of the gear I needed. I ended up forgetting to grab bows. And that will cause a big hassle for me later on, requiring me to go all the way up into Botania, where you can get the good bows. They're called mountain hunting bows. There's two different ones. There's a hunting bow and a mountain hunting bow. It actually could be the hunting bow. We'll get one of, you'll see it when you go to Botania. One of them has 80, it's something like 83 accuracy. One has 85, and I'm always huge on accuracy. That's the most important thing. Right now, I'm just checking everybody to make sure that they have all their levels, since Tail World does not show levels. And then we're going to go in and we are going to do this bandit base, which I'm not sure if I actually cut this out. I might not have cut this out. I take all my people with me because I wanted to get levels. I leave Clive behind because he doesn't have any skill. So once again, once you got a Steel Shaper, as long as he is swinging, you can always defeat him. His thrust is actually faster than you. So you block him once, it's over unless he thrusts. His thrust is still faster. I found that out in my death campaign on my second channel. I found, luckily I didn't die in that one, but I did find it out. So we pretty much have everything done up to this point, and we are almost ready to start heading up there. We're almost at the bottom now. Here's where I'm talking about medicine and death chance, and I'm explaining how it's a risk to take everybody in there, where the risk is them dying, but they're going to be gaining XP for doing it, and your character and your companion family members recovering from wounds is some of the best medicine XP you can get. So it does serve purposes to have them go in there. This was the funny thing. They declared war on the Southern Empire and then immediately peaced out. Why, I don't know. But that's what they did. So we almost have enough right now. We're almost down to Hudson Folk, where I'm going to start going through all the gear. And like I said, I probably cut out at least 10 minutes of me going through the gear. Because you got to get everybody geared up with multiple things to have them ready to go. Because you want to make sure they have good gear. As Tailworld states, the more armor you have, the less chance they have of dying. And I think that's because the further you go below 0 HP on a hit, I think you have a better chance of dying. That's what I think, but I can't verify that. That would be something I would have to try multiple times. I was very happy because I saw the ones right there that already have war horses. So I was extremely happy to see that. That made me happy. But now you can see I have a full party. And now is the thing when it's going to come to upgrading. This is something that I had to explain. What I normally do is upgrade them to the 3rd tier, which are called, I don't know if it's two-gunned or whatever, when they take a war horse. Then don't upgrade them any further. What happens is they'll be ready to upgrade to Kaoses, but don't upgrade them. I'm going to, along the way, when I'm heading up to Britannia, all I'm going to be doing is fighting looters and bandits, trying to get them leveled. What you do is then, when you're ready to become a mercenary, you upgrade all of them to Kaoses, and then you use your 2 steward perks to donate armor and weapons to increase some of them to Konsgard. And you also don't want to increase them too much, because if you do, they'll become too powerful. And then looters will want to surrender. But you want to fight the looters. Here is when I realized that I messed up. And it's the hunting bow that's the good one. I messed up. I don't have enough bows for everybody. So now I realize that I messed up, and I am going to have to go all the way up to Britannia to get it done. Did not make me happy when it happened. This was kind of a really messed up thing. It wasted a little bit of time, but it wasn't terrible. The biggest issue that I had was definitely going to be really my slow speed, which I'll explain in a moment. But I get my little sister maxed out on her engineering. And this is when I'm going to go ahead, go into town, and get all the upgrades done. Now that the upgrades are going to be finished, and which I'm going through it super fast and ×5 speed so you can see it. I'm going all through the upgrades, getting everybody ready to go. The worst part about at the start with the horses is that you need all those war horses to upgrade. But they're already on horses. So because you have all these cavalry, you're only allowed to have 1 horse or pack animal per cav, or you have a herd penalty. So you need a cav for every single one of them. You need a war horse for every cav to upgrade them. So that means all your pack animals are going to count as a herd penalty. So it makes it very, very difficult to actually catch people. So I believe, I'm trying to figure out where we're exactly at right now. I think this is where I'm starting to explain whether or not, do you want to upgrade troops right away or not? Because of how experience goes. All noble son that get kills will transfer a bunch of their XP to other noble son. Same thing with the next tier, same thing with the next tier. They give a bunch of XP to their own troops in that tier. But a portion of it is given to the entire party. So you have to decide, do you want to level them quicker, or do you want them to be safer? Now, here's when I'm about to upgrade them to caching. And then I remind people, don't do it. Let them sit at the third tier. So that way, all of them can you could hopefully have most of them at that tier 3 ready to upgrade to caching. So once again, I am going through the loot. Now now I'm in Botania. I'm grabbing all the bows, and I'm gonna make sure we got all arrows on us, ready to go. And then from there, we are then gonna head over, and we are gonna become a mercenary of Landia. And the reason why is because I feel like they have more concentrated amount of bandits to fight than most other places. I was hoping my merc contract would be good as well. However, it was not a very good merc contract. So what you want to do is you want to start hunting them down and sending your guys off and just getting as much XP as possible for them. You just want to level them. If you get other lords to join in, who cares? Put your guys, assign them as far forward as possible so they're the first ones to get there. And then I've sped it up with RTS. You won't get as many kills, but you're going to gain relation with the Lord. So for about the next 10 minutes, that's all I did. I just ran around fighting as many looters and bandits as I could and collected up as much loot as I can. So that way I'm able to use my steward perks. But you can see once again, not going past the third tier. And now we are going to jump ahead to when I am almost near the end. So I got another big pack, and like the same thing I just did, just send your guys out. And I have my big brother, who I'm going to make a video on the 3 roles that I assign him for. He is my horse archer captain because he has Sagittarius for a 50% reduced escape, or 15% reduced archer penalty on horses. I am now up here in Revolt, and I needed to sit here for about a week and a half waiting for the wives to get pregnant. You want to do it early, very early. Cannot stress that enough. The more kids you have, the older you get, the harder it's going to be for you to have kids. So as soon as they had kids, sat there for about a week and a half, boom, we're now both going to have 2 kids. I'm fine with it. They could get pregnant later on. Who cares? So from this point forward, that's all I did. Was I continued, as you could see, I'm just continuing to hunt bandits. So in the next episode, we're going to be done. We will be ready to become a mercenary. And I still have plenty of money left over because I haven't upgraded them all yet. They're not costing me a ton. 100 Consguard is going to cost you something like, 1,800 a day. So I don't need to worry about that. So for the rest of the episode, that's basically all I did. I was going to look out for this one party sitting here, but I didn't really do anything with them. So this is a little bit different of a video. I apologize for it coming off this way, but I didn't want to let the episode go. As I said, it feels like it would be playing a totally different game. I didn't want to do that. So I will have the episode fixed. It won't happen again. Thank you, everybody, for your understanding. I'll see you in the next episode. As always, my friends, take care, and thanks for watching.